Hey, it's Kevin. Thank you so much for coming by for another No BS social media chat. Last week we touched on video in our No BS video, and this week we're touching on a neighboring topic, a cousin of a topic, and that's the growth of stories, whether it's Instagram stories, whether it's Facebook stories, whether really it's even the stories that started on Snapchat. One of these things, it's almost my Achilles heel. In fact, if you go to any of my personal social media accounts on Instagram, you won't see you wouldn't find a story now because there's not one posted because they only last for a short time. But I haven't ever on my account posted an Instagram story, never posted a Facebook story. I'll be honest with you, I have a hard enough time with my personal stuff, having enough time just to post regular content that stays forever. But I've had a lot of clients who like the stories concept, like the fact that it's there only for a short time and it rewards the big fans. It rewards people who keep coming each and every day, who keep coming back for more and more and more multiple times a day. And that's true, and I think that's the good thing about the stories phenomenon. While it's tough to figure out how many people you're engaged with when it comes to Instagram stories, when it comes to Facebook stories, and even Facebook has said the stories function isn't really working well for them yet. They're going to get really down and dirty on video here this coming year. But I think the stories, if you are truly engaged in social media, if you already are engaged in all the platforms and you produce regular content, I'm not saying great content, but if you just regularly put out content, put up pictures or posts or whatever it may be, videos on YouTube, on the big four, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, then maybe stories is the next way to up that engagement level. I've got one client, and I love her, but she drives me crazy. She would rather post on Instagram stories than post something on Instagram. And I said, well, that's fine, but when you're engaging new people, you need to catch them with that new content first, with the content that stays up there, the traditional pictures on Instagram. Then, the more they get engaged with that content, they'll want to engage in your stories. I watch other people's stories. In fact, on a couple of my Instagram accounts, I've got 2 or 3 people I watch their stories on a regular basis. All total, between the 4 or 5 main Instagram accounts that I run just for me, not for the clients, but just for me, there are probably about 20 people who I watch their stories on a regular basis. Not every day, not all the time, miss some of the things, but that's okay. But these are friends, these are people I love their content, these are people I'm engaged with, and so I'm constantly watching their content. If you have those people, your super fans who really want to be engaged with you, who really love the content you're doing, well then think about them when it comes to putting stories together. And again, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Facebook, you can use the same content on both. Of course, they're sister companies, they're sister sites, I guess you will. But I think it's important to, make sure you're doing the job on all the other social media sites. Now again, you can say, you know what, I don't like Twitter, I don't want to do Twitter, then fine. Ignore Twitter, only focus on the other ones. But if you're ignoring any of those big sites, you may be missing a lot of people. It's amazing the amount of people I get that want to engage with me on Twitter. I don't do a lot on Twitter, 4 or 5 posts a day, that's about it. A lot of it is feed-generated content, but they love to engage on Twitter. If I stopped doing Twitter, I would lose those people because they're probably not going to find me on Facebook. They're probably not coming over and watching the videos on YouTube. It's tough to have to really feed these 4 beasts all the time, and then each one of them wants more. Facebook not only wants stories, but they also want Facebook Live, and they want pictures, and they want video, and it's on and on and on. Again, they want to own your soul. They want you fully engaged in their site and their site only. YouTube's going to step up the process too as well this year. So I think if you're going to invest in stories, make sure you've got everything else covered. And it's almost like, think of it as kind of bonus content. Think of it as an encore for a recording artist. Hey, you came for the main concert, now because you're fans, I'm going to give you something a little bit more. And that's what you can use those stories for, and engage people even further. Back next week, another No BS social media chat. NoBSSocial.com, our website. You can find the videos on Facebook every week, on YouTube every week. Again, we don't care where you watch. We just ask that not only you come back and watch again, but telling a friend would be wonderful too. If you'd like to contact me, reach out to me one-on-one, absolutely free of charge. You can do that. Phone number, email address, they're coming up here at the end of the video. Have a great week.